Chapter 11, Fallout. You and Riley sit side by side at a long wood grain table where you have been grilled and questioned for the past 2 hours. Damn it, Danielle, they aren't messing around with this whole joint disciplinary hearing thing. It was rough. Tell me about it. Getting told off by the Greek coordinator is one thing, but the other frat presidents? I've never been so humiliated in my life. Riley glances around the room before reaching under the table to grab your hand, careful not to sit too close together. If the committee comes back with a negative verdict, I don't know what I'd do. Greek like it. Life is everything to me. Well, the air seems to leave the room as the door creaks open. The Greek coordinator and panel of fraternity presidents step back inside, all looking deeply unhappy. Before we get to our findings, I'd like to say that I'm very disappointed in both of you. Your destructive party didn't just make local news, but national news. Thanks to you, Villa Chevalier is now a nationwide laughingstock. And that's not to mention all the damage to our houses that we'll be cleaning up for weeks. Don't forget about the traffic jams all along Greek Row. There are so many news vans that we can't even get to class. Yeah, but the traffic jams aren't our fault. How's this on us? Isn't the college responsible for keeping press away from Greek Row? Thanks to the damage caused by your fireworks, all the roads have been open to the public for safety access. You could have burned down the whole street. There's a glow in your seat, grinned, and feel Riley's supportive hand on your knee. It's okay, Danielle. I'm sure they'll go easy on us since it's our first offense. Ha! That's what you think. As if hearing Riley, the Greek coordinator clears her throat and bangs her gavel on the table. In light of the safety hazards your orgs pose, we have no choice but to put both the Omega and Lambda charters up for dissolution. What? You're closing us down? Unless you both meet the following stipulations by the end of the term, Omega and Lambda will have no place in VCSU's Greek future. No parties, no alcohol on the premises. Every fraternity sorority member must maintain a 3.0 GPA. 3.0, but some Omegas have never earned above a C in their lives. And they'd better start studying, especially since every single member will be expected to perform 40 hours of community outreach. There's no way Omega can put their GPA up that high when all the Lambdas are supposed to find that time for more outreach. Additionally, we're putting on recruitment of new houses or new members for all houses on Greek Row for the foreseeable future. But we already have tons of rush activities planned. This isn't fair. Why are we being punished? It's not up for discussion. I'm afraid all events are closed down until we assess the future of Greek life here at VCSU. The Greek coordinator gathers up her things and leaves. You're left facing the furious glares of the other frat presidents. Escape before they make a scene. Gotta go. You dash toward the door before any of them can start yelling at you, with Riley one step behind. Since when do you back down from a fight? His hands drop to the small of your back and practically shoves you out the door. Since I saw the gleam of murder in Gamma President's eye. You and Riley lose no time in making your escape. As you hurry home with your heads bent in shame, you have one thought and one thought only. Our stupid competition led to all of Greek Row taking the blame. When you arrive back home, everyone is waiting in the living room to hear the verdict. You and Riley both hesitate to share the bad news. You should be the one to tell them what happened, Riley. It's more your fault than mine. On what planet? Anyway, you're the prim-perfect one, remember? You'll sound better coming from you. Oh, spoken like a true coward. I might be a coward, but at least I'm an honest one. You sigh and pinch the bridge of your nose, refusing to go down this path again. After all, the squabbling is what got you into this position in the first place. Fine, we'll tell them together. That's like your two parents. Really bad parents, by the way. And you have a bunch of kids. Riley nods as you both step into the living room. Everyone jumps to their feet, demanding answers. It's not good, guys. We're banned from parties, alcohol, skating on anything else less than a G3.0. What do you mean, banned from alcohol? I've been looking forward to my watermelon shots all week. It gets worse. Both of our charters are in jeopardy. They officially started the dissolution process for both Lambda and Omega. They're trying to shut us down. You try to maintain your calm. As the entire house breaks out in chaos, everyone quick to turn on each other. all the Omega's fault. You guys could have just safely lit a fireworks if I had shoved up your ass. Shows what you Lambdas know. Yeah, I did ass sparklers last year and everyone loved it. You're an idiot. I just wanted to give him that voice because he's an idiot. You guys, we're all in this together. There's no use for pointing fingers. The punishment's set and we all have to do is work together to get out of this hole. You're surprised to find Riley stepping up and flanking you in solidarity. Danielle's right. The only way we're fixing this is by working together. Initial shock gone from her face, Dahlia gets her feet in problem-solving mode with a notepad and a pen in hand. Okay, Madam President, tell me exactly what we need to save our charter. You shoot her a grateful look. Well, there's a list of rules and guidelines we have to follow, so all hope isn't lost. We can start planning during our house meeting tomorrow. You look around the house with decorations falling down, empty, scattered everywhere, and angel wings hanging from strange places. It's a disaster. And they couldn't add that into the picture that is before us. But before we do anything else, we really should get this place cleaned up. The Omegas head to the kitchen while the Lambdas take the living room. You do your best to make the cleanup process as fun as possible, but it's an uphill climb. Don't worry, girls, we can always break out our maid costumes if we get too bored. What's the point if we're not even gonna be a sorority anymore? Come on, ladies. Since when do Lambda shy away from the hard stuff? Clap your hands and jump up on the couch, determined to keep spirits high. What happened to your motto? When things get tough, we get tougher. I think the stain might be taking the motto too literally. Just when you think things couldn't get any worse, you hear a sudden shout from the direction of the kitchen. Are you freaking kidding me right now? You dash in the kitchen and find the Omegas cheering each other as they guzzle down alcohol straight from the bottle. Did you forget the part about no more alcohol in the house? Not yet. A few more shots of this and I might. Oh, God. You turn towards Riley with an expression almost as outraged as Dahlia's. Riley, what are you doing? You heard the Greek coordinator. We have to pour out all the alcohol or lose everything. He shoots you a lopsided smile, his eyes flashing with their usual devilry. We are pouring it out, Lambda, just down our throats instead of the sink. As long as it's gone by morning, who cares where it goes? Riley high-fives Trevor before stepping closer to you, one brow cocked as he offers you the bottle. Besides, if the Lambda's joining in, we'll get rid of all the booze that much quicker. You take your lower lip between your teeth as you shoot Dahlia a questioning look. I mean, we are going to hit a serious dry spell for the next few weeks. The girls could use a serious morale boost for all the community service hours. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Throw me out the nearest airlock? Okay. Screw it, we're in. If the stupid Greek committee wants us to get rid of all this by morning, then we'll do it our way. Hell yeah! Spoken like a true leader. You glance over at Riley. His face is a mix of satisfaction and surprise, as if he can't believe you're actually going through with it. Got a problem sharing all the bounty coin? What's mine is yours, Lambda, you know that. He passes you the bottle, and you take a long, fiery sip. The whiskey burns down your throat before reaching your stomach with a warm pang. The entire kitchen breaks out in cheers as Dahlia immediately starts taking over. Alright, guys, give me lemons, give me limes, give me those good maraschino cherries. Uh-oh, when Dahlia breaks out the good cherries, it's gonna be a real party. Within an hour, Dahlia and the rest of the Lambdas have set up a full cocktail bar. Everyone clamors around, kicking back shots, sipping from attorney glasses, and overflowing with chopped fruit with colorful liquor. I'll say one thing for you, Lambdas, you know how to keep things classy. Riley turns towards you with a grin that makes your heart flutter. What'll you have for your final Alpha House drink, Daniel? I want a French kiss, a passion rouge, an old-fashioned, because we're gonna need it. You reach for the whiskey-based drink, grabbing one for yourself and handing the other to Riley, your fingers brushing. Here's to us, Riley, an unexpected effective meaning of sweet and bitter. The contradicting flavors that combine for something delectable, I'll drink to that. Riley shoots a mischievous grin before jumping up on the table and addressing the group. Alright guys, since this might be our last party we ever throw here, I suggest we make this a real cleaning out party by ticking some things off the Alpha House bucket list. Alpha House bucket list? What's that? It's everything you want to do since you moved in but couldn't because of all the stupid rules. Oh, for me it's jumping naked into the pool. Last one in has to do dishes later. The entire house scrambles out of their clothes, and as they beeline towards the pool, you're standing on the ledge when Riley takes your hand in his. Together. It only seems right. Cannonball! By the time you're all celebrated, your naked pool jump with more shots, everyone has ideas about what the bucket list or bucket item to tick off next. I vote for turning the roof into a water slide. You're an idiot. My dream is to tear down all these ugly curtains and turn them into togas. Riley slings an arm around your shoulders in a friendly gesture and then leaves it there, warm and strong for all to see. What do you think, Danielle? What's the one thing you've been dying to do since you got here? I've always wanted to hold a bubble rave in the house. Have a pillow fight in our underwear. I don't know, man. Bubble rave, why not? Think how fun it'll be to get all sudsy and slippery together. Oh, baby, I'm all over this. You all follow as Trevor runs to the kitchen, starts pouring dish soap into the dishwasher. Someone hit the lights and music. Let's get this thing started! Bubbles start pouring out of the dishwasher, sink, and within minutes the whole kitchen is slippery and slidey, mass of dancing bodies. In the mayhem, you find yourself pushed up against Riley. His hands drop to your hips and guide you to move and rock against him. Oh my god. It was such a good idea. That's just what I was gonna say. The game continues for several more hours, and in this way, the alcohol flowing freely, everyone getting along for a change. But for what it's worth, I think your fireworks show would have been pretty cool. Yeah. Before everything went wrong, the setup for our display was pretty bomb. Huh, kid hit bomb? The Omega lifts his hand for a high five as heel catches on an empty beer bottle, setting it spinning. Wait, there's one bucket list item we haven't hit yet. Playing Spin the Bottle. Oh yeah, bro, if only we're doing it. We're playing the adult version. The rest of the house settle into a big circle in the living room. As you sit cross-legged between Dally and Luna, you can't help but let your gaze stray to the other side of the circle, to where Riley is staring at you just as intently. Alright, adult rules are simple. First spin lands on who you have to kiss. And second spin lands on the person who gets to add a makeout rule. I've never played this version before, but I think I like it. Dahlia spins first, landing on Trevor to kiss, and Vanessa adding the rule of eyes having to stay open. Creepy, but okay. Get staring, Marshall. Wait, can I still blink? I have dry eyes. Game continues this way until it's your turn to spin by the time you're feeling tipsy enough for just about anything. Here goes nothing. As you watch as the bottle wobbles in a circle, around and around until it lands on Riley. What are the odds? Gonna resist, huh, Lambda? Riley, the spin was totally random. Watch that ego coin. Physics did that one, not me. Riley stretches languidly as he rises to his feet and approaches, every move calculated to annoy you and turn you on. Why wouldn't, who would have thought physics would be the perfect wingman? Your handshake as you spin the bottle a second time, and it lands on another Omega. How's this for a rule? First person to moan is the loser. Oh, that'll be easy. Danielle is definitely a moaner. How do you know that? would assume an assumption. You glare at Riley, willing him to behave. He's watching himself way too careful, or way too much for your comfort. Just a lucky guess. Women like Danielle always are. Before you can respond, Riley pulls you roughly into his arms and starts kissing you. You glove your mouth shut against his lips, but he coaxes and teases his tongue until... Gonna kiss me back, Lambda, or is this a one-man show? Oh, I'll kiss you alright. You wind your arms around his neck and pull him close, hitching your leg up against his side until he has no choice but to grab your thigh. From the way his fingers dig into your flesh, you can tell his words are all for show. His breath comes out in a tumble as you slowly slide your tongue along his, your whole body undulating like an ocean wave. Better, Coin? Getting there, Lambda. He sucks your lower lip into his mouth before lightly scoring you with his teeth. As your head starts to whirl with a hot, insistent passion of his kiss, he slides his hand even further up your thigh. Your legs fall open a fraction as he rubs his knuckles along your ass and begins snaking towards your inner thigh. Your whole body's ablaze with the need to feel him touch you. Oh God, he's not playing fair. Around you, everyone is shouting out words of encouragement and suggestions for making the other person moan. I'll win by whispering dirty suggestions in his ear, lose on purpose, and enjoy his touch. Dirty suggestions. In a flash of inspiration, you realize exactly what you have to do to beat Riley at his own game. As you continue moving and squirming against him, you slide your mouth to his ear. You know what I'd do if there weren't all these people watching us right now? The pressure heaped so close against him that you could feel every pulsing beat of blood rushing through his body. I'd let you bend me over the coffee table and take me. My ass up in the air, my legs spread for you. Smirk as he clamps his lips shut, trying not to give in. You could give me as long and hard as you want, and as if I cried out even a little, you could spank my ass until I begged you to stop. As you speak, you slide your tongue along the soft shell of his ear. The moment you suck his lobe between your teeth, you know you've won. Ugh, yes. The whole room breaks into cheers as you and Riley pull away from each other. You're both flushed and breathing heavy. The air between you is filled with something more than just victory. It was a hell of a kiss, Danielle. I'll say you two should have seen it from here. You do your best to shake off the thick, heavy feeling of satisfaction, but it's difficult. As you and the others finish off the alcohol, you find yourself drawn to Riley again and again. You're kind of fun when you're pissed at me, Danielle. I'd kiss you like that any day. Not if I had anything to say about it. You lift your arm to give him a playful smack, but he takes your hand in his before you can make contact. You keep holding your hand until the party finally winds down. By the time you finish cleaning the semi-formal mess, the sun has already begun to dip below the horizon. The happy buzz from all the alcohol is already worn off, and the whole house teeters on the edge of a hangover. Maybe mix of red wine and vodka isn't the smartest idea. No, it's not. Maybe not, but the party was so much fun it makes the throbbing headache worth it. Said no one ever. Alright, you guys, nice work. I think we can officially call it a night. You dismiss everyone to get some much-needed beauty rest. But as you head upstairs, an outraged bellow stops you dead in your tracks. Are you freaking kidding me? As you dash the rest of the way upstairs and come to a skidding halt outside Riley's bedroom door. Riley, what's going on? My window's busted clean through, half my stuff burnt to a crisp. Look. You guys were so busy drinking. Your heart leaps to your throat as you take in your surroundings. Scattered glass peppers the carpet, Riley's desk scorched black, and in the center of it all, sparkling pink firework. It looks certainly familiar. Only Lambda would match their fireworks to their brand. Riley. Be careful around all the broken glass. Worried I might sue for pain and suffering. You scowl at him, but there's no hiding your relief when he steps away from the broken shards. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone how concerned you are about me. Just as you're about to call the rest of the sorority in support, Riley heads towards the door. Where are you going? He leans his hip against the door jamb, an amused flicker curling his lips. In case you forgot, you're the only one in the house who doesn't share a room. So, I guess that makes you my new roommate. You open your mouth to protest, but all that comes out is a squeak. Just think about it, you, me, big soft bed. Nope, no way, you are not staying in my room. Danielle, there's a pink firework in my room that burned half of my stuff from your sorority. Don't you think you should take responsibility for this mess? And if I do, will you let this whole thing go? I give you a place to sleep and you don't hold the firework over my head every chance you get. Deal. I know I can find another way to tease you. Then you can stay if you follow all my rules. Aye, aye, Captain. Without waiting to hear what your rules are, Riley scoops up the pile of clothes and starts heading down the hall. What are you doing? You can't just throw piles of clothes around. Your mess has no place in my organized room. He drops the clothes to the floor with a shrug. Suit yourself. It's either my mess or my whole dresser. You decide. You glare, but Riley doesn't back down. His gaze briefly drops to the pile of clothes before slowly traveling back up to your eyes. The next thing you know, you and Riley each shove one end of the dresser, struggling to get it through the narrow doorway to your room. Pivot! Pivot! I am pivoting. You need to stop pushing so hard. It's just like an Omega to think you can just keep cramming it in until you get what you want. In my experience, Lambda, that's exactly how it works. Ugh. In a burst of annoyance, you brace your feet against the floor and heave. Then, just when you start to make some progress, your foot snags on the carpet and you fall backward. Riley drops his end of the dresser and rushes to your aid, his strong body knocking you over as he tries to catch you in time. Whoa, there, I got you. You both land on the bed with a soft whoomp. On instinct, you roll to your back, only to find Riley bracing himself on his elbows, his whole body pressing down into you. Oh, thank you. That was close. Instead of pulling away, he shows no desire to move, his mouth dropping dangerously close to your own. And it's going to get closer, and you and I are going to get used to this position, seeing as how there's only one bed. Push him off. Keep dreaming, Coin. You place a hand against his chest, intending to give a half-hearted shove, but let your touch linger instead. In response, he presses his hips against yours, sending a tingling jolt to your toes. Isn't that an invitation, Lambda? Because I had a dream exactly like this last night. He laughs softly, his breath a whisper down the side of your neck. What do you think? Should we make the most of this new living situation? You ignore the pang of longing between your thighs and try not to move too much against him. Nothing is going to happen between us. The sooner you wrap your head around that, the better. I'd much rather have your legs wrapped around me. He touches his lips to yours in a light brush that's more breath than kiss. And I'd like to make sure you like it too. You shiver at the combined pressure of his body and his promise. With an effort, you tear yourself away from the heat of his gaze, rolling out from underneath him, and you force yourself to stand on shaky legs. Nice try a lot, Riley, but if we're going to share a room, I want to make sure you keep your hands to yourself. He flips over and props his hands behind his head, his expression settling onto its usual confident mask. Another challenge, Lambda, because this one can get a way up for. You take your lower lip between your teeth as you watch him lying there, practically daring you to resist him. It's really not that hard. Refuse to give in. Sorry, Riley, but I'm far too clever to be tricked with your reverse psychology. Can't blame me for trying, can you? Your traitorous heart pounds as you lift a pillow and swing it at his head. He twists away, laughing as he rolls all over the bed and messes up your blankets. But as you slide one knee on the bed to straighten your blankets, your bedroom door slams open and your dad strides into your room. Danielle, I came as soon as I heard about the fireworks debacle. Are you all right? The moment he sees you and Riley tangled on your bed, he comes to a skidding halt. All his concern drains away, leaving the look of outrage aimed straight at Riley. How dare you? Okay, Greta Thunberg, calm down. Dad, this isn't what it looks like. I mean, it's not far off. Is that a joke to you, young man? Seducing my daughter, ruining her entire life. Riley flinches, looking just as hurt and upset as the day he overheard your dad's rant at the tea party. I have to get my dad out of here before he makes things with Riley even worse than they already are. You spring up off the bed and start hurriedly leading your dad towards the stairs. Dad, Riley and I were just doing homework. God help me. You really need to start knocking. As I keep telling you, I'm an adult. You can't just barge in when you on me like it. Well, I'm the one paying for your college. I can do anything I want. Wow. You managed to get your dad to the front door, but only by bodily thrusting him each step forward. Look, Dad, it's not a good time. Maybe you can come back later, and you're cut off by the ringing of the doorbell, a welcome sound for once. You swing the door open to find the whole world filled with bright flashes of light and news cameras being thrust into your face. Miss Bartlett, do you have anything to say about the allegation from your fellow Greek Road presidents? What? You blink dazed as you realize not only reporters from Channel 1 News crowding your doorstep, but they seem to be holding a press conference. All with the Greek Road presidents on your front lawn. Greek life has always been about standing in solidarity, but that changes today. Enough is enough. From the moment Lambda Nu and Omega Psi moved into Alpha House together, there's been nothing but chaos on the street. Which is why we're no longer looking the other way. We won't let their actions jeopardize our fraternities and sororities. You dash down the steps to join the press conference, surprised to find Riley only one step behind you. Well, this is a hell of a buzzkill. You shoot him a warning glare and step up in front of the news cameras and live streaming students. Please, everyone. Why is this the first I'm hearing about this? I've already been issued a punishment from Greek committee. What's all this about? It's about upholding standards, Danielle. We refuse to sit back and let you ruin the campus for everyone. Cast a quick, frantic look around, but Riley only seems as bewildered as you are, and your dad is nowhere to be found. Look, guys, why don't we take this conversation somewhere more private? Riley's right. You guys are making VCSU's Greek life look like a hot mess on live TV. Why are you blaming us, when you and Riley have been messing things up for weeks? You can practically feel the camera surging closer as they strain to catch your every reaction. You already got all of our rushing events cancelled. We won't let you do any more harm to our other orgs. We want Lambda and Omega off Greek Row. You and Riley share a panicked look before beating a hasty retreat back towards the house. You lean against the door as it closes behind you, shaking with adrenaline as the sounds of the press conference continue without you. Can't believe the other presidents would do that to us. It was a total ambush. I know, the worst part is, if they band together like that again, we won't stand a chance. We'll be out on our asses within the week. But they can't do that because you already met with the literal head of the Greek Row. You're surprised Riley pushes himself off the door and steps in front of you, a look of grim determination on his handsome face. If they're going to join forces against us like that, there's only one thing we can do to protect our orgs and keep our charters. Omega and Lambda have to join forces right back. Before I begin, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. That's it. That's all I gotta say. You know what to do if you want to support. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just say this. So, long story short is, haven't we spent 10 chapters trying to get people to work together for the betterment of all mankind? I'm serious, think about it. This is so silly and stupid and just nutty all in one. And also, like, I just... Weren't we... So I have a problem here. Maybe you guys can help. I'm bewildered. First it was, Omega didn't know about the fireworks. Then it was Lambda didn't know about the fireworks. Well, it was a bunch of finger pointing. Then all of a sudden, well, it's, oh, it must be you. Oh, well, it was you. Oh, it was... So, at first it was the Omegas. They did the firework, and even in this chapter they admitted it. But then it's, oh, look, it's your pink firework that's in Riley's room, which makes no goddamn sense. So, again, I don't understand. Also, the fact that, your dad disappeared. Either he was so upset about, excuse me, you and Riley, that, he literally and figuratively left, or he's behind it all. I feel like that's what the writers of this hot garbage fest are insinuating. I don't know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.